Hello and welcome to AEW.1, the AEW Women's Division blog. You can look us up at www.aew.1, where you can find more articles like this, match reviews, and creative pitches, which I call Pitch Please, because it's spicy. To say that Willow Nightingale has captured the hearts of AEW's fan base would be putting it lightly. People talk about someone's presence lighting up a room. Well, Willow Nightingale skipping out the babyface tunnel is a cheat code for lighting up an entire arena. In equal contrast would be the level of heartbreak were she to somehow slip between AEW's fingers and into WWE's. Although, this would totally be fair play for her. Never begrudge a wrestler for going to WWE and making a great living there. And to be honest, to put my own feelings aside about the WWE product, it's hard to imagine Willow not being wildly successful in that environment, or any for that matter. But I digress. Willow's emergence in AEW has been a revelation. She's just so goddamn likable and wholesome. And she's accomplished this without infantilizing her character. With her tattoos and purple hair and bullring piercing, this isn't someone who you would assume is naive or sheltered, but rather she scans as just an enthusiastic, authentic young woman who likely is a conscientious and mindful person, but chooses happiness every time she comes bounding out that tunnel with her music. And after watching Denise Salcedo's very excellent interview with Willow, she comes by it honestly. If you'd like to get to know Willow a lot better, I highly recommend checking out that video. I'll put a link below in the description. Now, probably like the bulk of AEW fans, I was exposed to Willow Nightingale from watching AEW Dark. So I was surprised to learn that this overnight success actually has 7 years and over 300 matches in the business. Although she was away for most of 2019 recovering from neck surgery, so maybe that's why I didn't pick up on her or the vibe or the hype around her beforehand. In short order though, Willow's overwhelming on-screen presence in AEW has us AEW fans kind of side-eyeing each other as if to communicate this seems like she could be a huge star and we haven't seen that graphic yet, and that makes me anxious. And it kind of makes me feel like this is Benjamin Carter all over again, but I feel like the stakes are much higher this time. In ring, of course, Willow has impressed. We've seen her in a few around 5-minute matches in AEW. She had a longer match on ROH Supercard of Honor against Mercedes Martinez, and an awesome match against Allison Kay at Death Before Dishonor. Willow's athleticism is impressive. She has the power aspect of her game in spades, while also being able to throw her frame around seemingly effortlessly. She even has a bit of that Ricky Starks quality where she's conscious of her character work in between the moves. She's just a joy to watch. And as a character inside AEW's ecosystem, Willow's infectious and alluring positive energy would organically produce some extremely entertaining dynamics. She'd be a perfect foil for some of the more serious characters in AEW's women's division, whether it's infuriating a no-nonsense heel or threatening to soften the grimace of a badass babyface. Speaking of cheat codes, there is no more surefire turnkey method to producing a heel than by having them turn on Willow Nightingale. But with that said, my hope for Willow is that as we get to know her better, she's not just pigeonholed as a hapless simpleton with a sunny disposition. Recalling back to her interview with Denise Salcedo, I was so impressed with how mature and measured and wise she actually is. She actually has a really good head on her shoulders. So I think it would be an interesting challenge to present a character like her with those kind of layers. Given her usage on Dynamite, Rampage, and Ring of Honor, it's safe to assume Tony Khan has high aspirations on signing her. If he hasn't already secretly, hopefully. Tony himself calls Willow a great prospect, so hopefully any measure of anxiety AEW fans may be feeling about Willow being the one that got away turn out to be unfounded. But still, we want to see that graphic. We're going to continue to beg on Twitter until we get it. And hopefully sooner than later. You know, Arthur Ashe Stadium is just down the road from where Willow grew up. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. And as always, make sure you tell the women in your life how much you appreciate them.